Everyone, thank you so much for taking time out of your Thursday to be here. We have Jamie representing from Trust AI. TRT token is what these guys go by on the charts. Launched on June 30th, back last summer on the Binance Smart Chain. So again, we don't get that many BNB based projects in here, and I know our community is kind of embedded within the BNB side of things because that's where we started. That was my first investments for a couple of months. So always happy to get a team in here on BNB who's working. And speaking of which, they did have a bit of a pre-sale. So going back to the chart, they saw that initial pre-sale dump. And that's why I kind of like the way the chart looks because they saw their all-time high in December. So what is that? Like almost 6 months after they launched, they hit their all-time high, which was around 850, 900K range. And then recently in February, they've seen some nice momentum start to come back onto the chart as some of these developments have dropped. Utilities are coming closer to available, and they just start to grow in awareness. So obviously, as I mentioned, first time working with the team. They have a swap live right now. They have their staking protocol as well. There's contract creation, which you can get into, as well as the NFT minting. And the big thing tying everything together here, as the name suggests, is the AI component. So we'll really get into what that looks like for Trust AI here and what the TRT token use cases. I know the big two right now are the NFT minting as well as their staking protocol. So yeah, we'll break everything down in more details. We'll save the questions to the end. So if you guys got them, make sure you're sending them over to Vlad throughout. And he does send them into my DMs. We make sure to get to ones that aren't covered. But yeah, thank you for everybody who's tuning in. The AMA will also be uploaded to our YouTube afterwards. So if you're unavailable to stay throughout, or if you want to listen back, you can always catch it there. Jamie, without further ado, you can take the mic and go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate you giving us this opportunity to be with this amazing community today. My name is Jamie, and I am one of the members of the Trust AI team. Um, for me, my little experience before when I joined the space was about 2 years, right? 2 years, yeah. I joined the space about 2 years and about 6 months. And it was quite an experience for me because I joined as an investor. And I met with the founder, the co-founder of the Trust AI, and unfortunately, it wasn't a rosy one for us because we got rugged. We got rugged in a few projects that we invested in, and that was how we actually met because it was the top holder for the project we invested in at the point, and it was quite an interesting journey for us because afterwards we became friends, and we decided to build something quite very special and something that investors could go to bed at night and feel comfortable enough to waking up in the morning and knowing that their investments are safe. And that was how we came about the name Trust because we felt the only thing that was lacking in the space, despite how beautiful the blockchain technology is, the only thing that was quite lacking was trust. A lot of people couldn't feel comfortable enough to go to bed at night with their bags invested and not feeling that they probably would wake up in the morning without with stories of the developer probably rocked the project. So this was our experience, and that was how we decided to come up with um, the project. So we started doing a lot of research. Obviously, myself, I'm not a dev, and also the founder also is not a dev. But we started doing a lot of research. We started doing researches, obviously speaking to people, trying to learn more. And yes, personally, I was quite fascinated by the the blockchain technology and its transformative potentials across various sectors, prompting um, the transparency, the efficiency at all levels, and of course the security. And that was what got me personally, right? And combined with the trend with AI, artificial intelligence, we felt the need that yes, we could actually integrate artificial intelligence with the blockchain technology, and hopefully be able to create something that is quite very unique, and of course bring massive adoption to the crypto space, because during the research we realized that um, there is about 4.2%. I stand to be corrected, but I think there is about 4.2% of the world population that is currently into the crypto, into the blockchain industry, crypto space, and all of that. And it's quite amazing to even think about the fact that we could have 25% of the world's population into the crypto space. And one of the personally we felt one of the challenges that people have, and the for those that probably want to be part of the crypto space, want to be part of the technology around the blockchain. The only challenges a lot of people are having is limited knowledge, and um, given the fact that people have to learn how to be a developer, smart contract creation was limited to just developers, and this was a big issue. So we felt there was need for us to integrate artificial intelligence into the blockchain industry, and help integrate more people, because we know with simplicity in creation of smart contract, I think a lot of people would want to be part of the process, want to be part of the system, and that's exactly how we decided we wanted to create the project, and we started doing a lot of research, and we're grateful because yes, I think um, we've done quite a lot, given the fact that where we started and where we're at right now. I think we've done quite a lot. It's been about exactly 12 months now. We started the project, but of course, on the paper, it's about 8 months or 6, 7, 8 months now, because we launched that, I think about June, July, yeah, thereabout. So, but for us, it's been over 12 months, because we started the research way before we even got into launching the token. So this is just a brief introduction for personally how I got into the crypto space, and of course what the project is about. Thank you.
Appreciate that, Jamie. And sorry if my voice is a little bit dry. I think I'm fighting a bit of a cold over here. But no, I appreciate that. Now, when you talk about AI and the blockchain and, some of the things that you guys have listed on your roadmap, obviously understanding development costs and whatnot, it's fairly expensive. So, you guys right now are, in a good place. Like you have a, smaller market cap, but your liquidity ratio to market cap's not bad. But from like a funding perspective, what are you guys planning, or what's like the goal to be able to actually build out that AI blockchain or the AI integration in the blockchain? Because it's going to take some funding, I'm assuming, from the outside. So like how do you guys go
Yeah.
about trying to secure that?
Yeah, for us, just when we got started, I rightly mentioned that we both were investors, and the founder was a top holder from the projects that we met, and we started connecting, and started trying to put things together, right? So for the funding, the founder has been the one funding the project all the way from the get go. He's been the one funding the project, and there's been a lot of expenses for sure. You can bet that it's been quite very expensive, and because it's our first project, and obviously we're open. It's going to be the only project because we're never leaving. We'll hope to be here for as long as possible. So we personally, right? We've been doing personal funding. The CEO has been doing personal funding, and of course we did a pre-sale, and we raised a few dollars, and um, after the launch we had a massive dip from about $119,000 market cap. We had a dip to about 47,000, and we started building from the scratch. So basically, and because of the fact that it's our first project, we lacked experience, of course. At the very start, we had a lot of people took advantage of the fact that yes, these guys are new. These guys probably didn't do enough research. You know, sometimes it looks a lot easier on the paper, um, than when you're actually putting in the work. So we had a lot of setbacks, and we had to do a lot of marketing that sometimes it feels like we're not doing enough, obviously. But because of the founder, I think it's been quite amazing because he literally has been funding the project from his um, personal wallet has been funding the project for as long as possible. But of course, we also have our tax on the tokenomics. We have our tax 5% buy and sell tax, 2% um, for development. We have 2% for uh, marketing, and we have about 1% for liquidity thereabout. So for you can also tell where the funding is coming from as well. So we try to ensure that we keep it transparent enough. So the tax that we take from the transactions from the buy and sell tax we use directly for development, and literally there's no team member that is benefiting right now because everything goes back into development for now. So it's literally just work, 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 and there's nothing else. So it's quite important for us because we have a team with like minds, and everybody understand the vision. I think it's a lot easier when you have people with like minds and people that are willing and ready to work. So it makes it a lot easier, and people understand that this is not a time to take profit. Rather, this is the time to invest, and hopefully, as we continue to grow, you can see on the chat that there's obvious progress rather on the chat, and we're very positive that we'll definitely get there. Um, Probably this is not the time to take profit, just like I rightly mentioned. So moving forward as well, because we know this is not um, a project that would take probably about 6 months. We're here for the long term, and we hope to achieve a lot of success in the crypto space. And this is not just about funding for us. This is about impacting in the crypto space. I told you the experience we had was getting rugged in a project, and that was our motivation. And that was when we realized that yes, we wanted to do something different. We wanted to ensure that the space is secured. There is in our only two ways we are hoping to be able to reduce the level of fraud in the space, and that's why we've come up with all of this. If we dive into the ecosystem, some of the utilities and the use cases, I think we would be able to um, expatiate and explain more about um, some of the reasons why we decided to do this, and you will be able to understand even a lot better. Thank you.
No, of course. That's kind of where we spend the bulk of the AMA is talking about what you've built or what you plan on building and how that functions within the token. But definitely want to cover off, what you guys are doing in terms of scaling because it's not expectant that entirely going to be funded out of pocket for some of the goals or things that you have, right? Because they can become quite costly over time. So, it's good to touch on that. Now, I guess you mentioned the tax, some of the volume driving activities. We can save that for maybe the marketing discussion and whatnot. But yeah, like let's if you want, Jamie, you can introduce us to the ecosystem there and really some of the utilities that are already live and how people are able to interact with them. I think that would be a good starting point.
All right. For the ecosystem, I think it is important to mention that for some of the utilities that we have already right now, includes the smart contract creation. I think that's one of the major, the smart contract creation, and we also, I think we do have a video on on our channel. I think we have a video pinned on our channel that shows you exactly how the smart contract creation works. So For us, like we rightly mentioned, we're hoping to eradicate the traditional way of deploying contracts, creating smart contracts. So it doesn't limit to just developers with the coding knowledge and protocols. It extends to an average individual that wants to be part of that wants to explore and explore the potentials with the blockchain technology. And for us, one of the reasons why we decided to embark in this journey. So the smart contract creation helps individuals without the coding knowledge to also be able to create smart contracts just with the use um, of just by clicking a few buttons and of course inputting their prompt. So on the smart contract, I think on the like I mentioned, I think we did a video just to take to show the people exactly how to use it. So on the first page you have on how to create your smart contract using the Trust AI. You have to choose the network that you are probably trying to deploy your contract on. So we support not just on the BNB blockchain, we also support the Ethereum blockchain. We support Polygon, Phantom, and some other blockchains as well. So individuals could create smart contracts on all of this uh, blockchains. Of course, we're going to be adding a few more because yes, we noticed there's been a lot of um, um, uptrend in some blockchains recently. So yeah, we decided that recently to ensure that we can add up more options for the people to be able to deploy their contract. And on the second page, after you impute your smart contract, after you choose the network that you're going to be deploying your contract on. The second page, we have the type of contract that you're trying to create. So for us, we have the basic token and the tax token. So these are the major type of contracts that you're going to be creating. So for the basic token includes individuals would be able to have a no tax contract. This is more like a basic contract for every individual that is like a random individual that just wants to explore smart contracts. But for the complex is the tax token. So the tax token allows individuals to be able to modify the taxes and make a few changes on the contract. And all of this are done with artificial intelligence. So it is just an integration of artificial intelligence into smart contract creation. So by imputing all of the prompts in the templates that has been provided on our platform, it makes it a lot easier and it makes it user friendly. So this is just the basics for our smart contracts creation. And also it is important to mention that the creator of the contract is the sole controller of the contract, which means he has ultimate right. He has all the rights to the contract, and we literally have no access to the contract that's been created on our platform. So this is 100% secured, and we have the smart contract information that includes the symbol. Individuals have to put that that decide what they want to put, the amount that decide the amount of tokens for the contracts, that decide all of those informations that should be on the contract. So we already have a template. You just impute all of those, and it helps you to be able to create your contract, and you pay the contract fee, which is quite limited, a very limited amount. But of course, I think the blockchains also decides the payment, the amount of payment. So the payment is not quite fixed due to the differences in blockchain. So for instance, BNB could be around I think about $3.4 or $35 thereabout, and Ethereum could be, excuse me, Ethereum could be a little bit higher than that. I'm not sure about how because the prices could actually fluctuate. We all know how the crypto space is. There's high volatility level and all of those. So this is just basically about the smart contract. Also, for the utilities, we have a I think I mentioned we have the NFT. Currently, you can check on the website. We have the NFT, and also we have the swap, the swap feature. The swap feature is also one of the use case for us, and it helps individuals to be able to swap tokens. Not it doesn't limit to just TRT, but all tokens on the Binance Smart Chain network, and also we're trying to include some other blockchains just to ensure individuals could cross cross swap tokens. So this is one of the features that we're going to be adding in the nearest future. So we're obviously working on that, and we're also going to be having the wallet, the Trust AI wallet. The wallet also has some unique features as well, and to help differentiate from just a regular wallets, digital cryptocurrency wallets that we have in the space. We try to give some kind of uniqueness to it. And also for the blockchain that is yet to be, we're currently working on that right now. And I think in the next few, probably in another 2 months or thereabout, or probably in a month's time, we should be. We should have our blockchain live. We've been working on that. The devs are working, and we're obviously having lots of meetings with them just to get updates on what is going on, how we're supposed to go about stuff. We share ideas every day. So it has always been about work. It has always been about just putting heads together and putting making this work. So one of the key qualities that we will find in the blockchain, because we realize a lot of people, as much as we will be having some very unique features in our blockchain, which includes it is 100% going to be the fastest blockchain in the space, and it is going to be 100% secured, and the fee is going to be quite very low. So that is our focus, trying to create a blockchain with a low tax, um, a fast response in terms of transactions and all of those. It's going to be literally the fastest in the space. That's exactly what we're working at. That's exactly what we've demanded from the devs, and that's exactly what we're going to get. So we know what we want, and we're pushing so hard every single day to ensure that this is being achieved. And of course, another feature that we decided to put in, because I usually say this to people that want to invest in projects. I tell you, it is important that you understand what exactly you're putting your money into, right? So you can tell an individual to invest in any project, and it's going to be based on some call it a Ponzi scheme, because a lot of people have to invest for your money to have value. But we are trying to create a business model that ensures that everyone wins. So, and that is why we have some very key features. Some of the benefits for holding the TRT token it includes the 30% that we have for holders, but that's not something we're going to dive in right now. I'm definitely going to discuss details about that. But of course, individuals should understand what they're investing in, and being able to invest in a project, not on the basis of just open for marketing and a pump in the chat and you can take profit or probably take what you invested. We want to create a business model that ensures guarantees profit for every individual, and that is why everything that we've been building, all our utilities, all our use cases are being designed to ensure that we're able to make profit for our holders, add value to the token for sure. So we also have the staking platform. I think I missed that. We have the staking platform. Individuals could stake an APY over
So
about.
Jamie, before you jump into the staking platform, I did just want to go back to like what the I guess what the brand or like what Trust AI gets back? Like what's the cost for somebody to go in and create a contract? Like how do you guys earn fees through that process? Just to be able to continue growing and like, if you talk about revenue sharing or sustainability of the staking pool, obviously having a fee generation source, either through the minting or through contract creation, that's really important. So I'm just kind of curious, like how you guys are using the fees via the
Yeah,
swap, the contract creation, or the minting to benefit the
yeah.
project.
It's for us, it's just like I rightly mentioned, we are open to ensure we're able to make profit for the holders, and of course that includes the workers as well. So the for the smart contract creation, um, I mentioned that as soon as you click on the smart contract creation platform, you get to pay a certain amount. Um, uh, it is quite it is not I'm not certain about the exact amount that you get paid because the blockchains are quite different and the prices are quite different, right? So for instance, if you try to create a smart contract for BNB blockchain, I think you're going to be paying about $35 for the smart contract creation on the BNB blockchain, and the Ethereum could be a little bit higher than the BNB blockchain. So it's basically depends on the blockchains, and of course the taxes, or rather the revenue generated from this is going to be accumulated, and we will be offering back 30% of this particular um, generated revenues. We give 30% back to our holders. And we have also one of the mechanisms that makes Trust AI quite interesting is the fact that we also have a 5% that will be set aside for buybacks and bonds of the token. And we also would have a 5% that would go back to liquidity and liquidity here. So this helps us to gradually eradicate bring about scarcity for the token, and of course increase the floor price. So this is exactly how we hope to generate revenue, not just for the smart contract creation. We're also going to have some other platforms where we're able to generate revenue. Just like I rightly mentioned, the NFTs, individuals would have to mint their NFTs, and they're going to be making some certain amount of payment just to be able to mint their NFTs, and the generated revenue would have 30% go back to the holders. Obviously, this is going to be determined by the total amount of tokens each individuals are holding, and it helps to be able it helps us also to continue with development because all of these things are quite expensive and not in as free. So it is important that we are able to generate revenue to continually develop and improve our technology. So yeah, this is how we generate revenue from certain um, use cases, certain utilities that we provide, certain services that we provide, and we ensure that the owners also benefit, and also we are able to continually grow the token and grow the project. So this is how we generate revenue, and this is totally different from the tax. I think I mentioned that already. We have a 5% buy and sell tax, and also this we have 2% that goes back into development, and we have 2% that goes back into marketing. So yes, this is how we continually improve the project, and for as long as we get good volumes, we'll be able to get generate more revenues in terms of taxes. And once all our utilities are live, currently I think in about 2 months we should have all our utilities live because we're obviously working. But we all know a work in progress, and we will continue to improve in certain different ways. And also, I think it is. Yeah, I think okay. I think I'm saying a lot right now, so I probably just wait and get more questions before I proceed. Thank you.
That's good. No, I appreciate that. Now, yeah, like the volume side of things, I'll maybe jump into this now because it does relate to the taxes. Volume on BSC is obviously low. That's no secret to anybody. But there's still a lot of people who are big fans of this chain and kind of want some life to come back to it. So what are some of the things you guys are doing to maybe try and get noticed by, you know, active BNB users, like trying to engage? Again, I'm not saying that, as a sub $1 million project, you're going to be able to get Binance to reply to you, but you have to try and go down those avenues, right? Because I think what's happened recently is a lot of teams, a lot of people who have kind of left and gone to Ethereum, Solana, whatever, the new chain may be, hype chain may be. Um, but there's a lot of people who have their roots embedded in BSC, and I think there's still a need for projects to kind of bring some of the hype back, right? So, what are you doing more so to try and interact and engage with that core BSC or Binance based audience, and maybe try and get some support there as like somebody who is building and has been around at least for 6 months plus months on this chain?
Yeah, for us, we have been doing a lot of marketing, obviously. I think it's been crazy. 2023 was quite a crazy year for everyone in the space, and for a BSC project launched, especially a new team, I think it's been quite very difficult for us. We had a lot of struggle in this from the start, and um, but obviously as we continue to grow, we continue to learn every day, and we improved. And of course, I think a lot of people that probably look at the chat and be like, wow, I love the chat. And that's quite impressive, because for us it's been quite a crazy journey, and we had a massive deep, and we started putting together a lot of marketing, and we started putting together trying to secure partnerships. And yes, recently we also started Telegram marketing and trying to reach out to a lot of top influencers. Obviously, that's why we're here. So there's a lot of marketing from our end to ensure that we are able to attract more people. I can tell you for a fact, a lot of people really wants the BNB vibe to be back. And for some that left hurriedly, you can imagine right now we have BNB in about $350. I'm not too sure, I didn't check. Um, but I think the chat is pumping. That's the fact, and that's a sign that yes, BNB is not dead. Contrary to what everyone says, contrary to what everyone thinks, I think BNB is not dead, because um we're still getting the volume. Yes, obviously it's quite low. We know a lot of new chains are getting a lot of attraction right now. Solana, for instance, I think it's been getting a lot of volumes. But of course, we've been striving and pushing so hard, and we're very confident that the volume is definitely going to be back, and a lot of investors are going to just be looking for the project that has been here for the longest. I don't think people would want to see people want to go to bed at night and feel comfortable with their bags, and that's exactly what we've provided. You can see the chat probably is not over a million yet, and a lot, I'm sure a lot of project that launched almost the same time we launched, most projects are dead. That's the fact. Especially on the BNB chain, most projects are dead. But you can see the commitment from the team. You can see how much this means to us. So for us, we know we're definitely pushing so hard. Recently we also secured some kind of partnership with a very reputable organization in the space. We haven't made the official announcement yet, so probably we decided to just wait, because we've been doing a lot of work. We had to upgrade the website. We had to do a lot of things to ensure security for investors. So a lot of things have been kept on hold for now, and this is just some of the work that I've been doing behind the scene, and we're very confident about what we are doing. We're very satisfied with where we are right now. We're quite very excited about where we are right now. Not satisfied because we obviously want to do greater numbers for sure. So for us, it is not just about having a project. It is about the sustainability and of obviously to ensure that we're here for the longest. This is just 6 months. You can imagine where we're going to be, especially when the volume get back. I think it's going to be quite mind blowing for a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to be looking out for that project, that one project that has been here and has been pushing. And that's exactly what investors are looking for. They want to see a project that they want to see a team that is quite committed. They want to see a team that is not just about we pump the chat and we dump the chat. That's not what we're here for. We're here because we understand what the investors feels. I told you I'm an investor myself, and we got rocked a couple of times on the BSC chain, and that was quite crazy because a lot of people start cheating on projects, and we took it upon ourselves to start pushing and pushing and pushing. So yeah, we've been doing a lot of research. We've been doing a lot of talks with influencers. Trying to reach out to the right people, and of course also I think it is important to also mention that we've been doing a lot of meetings, trying to secure big um, big whales that are willing to put big money into the project, and it's just a matter of time for this to blow up. And yes, we're very excited for the future, what the future holds, because we're very confident about what we have, and we're definitely going to keep pushing it.
Perfect. Well, Jamie, again, I appreciate you. Definitely, you could tell the passion kind of coming through when you spoke there, especially towards the end of that answer. So, no, I definitely appreciate you kind of getting in there and getting a little bit fired up for what you guys are trying to build. Now, I never asked for hard timelines or anything like that, but you guys have your swap currently live. You guys have your staking protocol live. Like, are there any lock periods in place right now? Because I know you were going to go into a little bit on the staking side of the utility before I jumped in and asked on some of the volume creation stuff. So if you wanted to maybe go deeper into some of the like what you guys are paying out through the staking and any lock periods that you guys have in place, that would work for me. Um, but I was going to ask some timeline questions after that a little bit.
Yeah. So for the staking we have a the staking is quite limited for individuals, and this is basically because the supply, the tokenomics, you can see the supply is just 20 million TRT tokens, and it makes it almost impossible to sustain if we try to, because initially we had this plan of having about 25% um, for 3 months APY. We have about 75% or 70% for 6 months returns on return on investment. But we decided this is not what we want. We're not going to be giving it making it look so cheap, because we want this to be quite very expensive, and and that is why we came up with the whole idea of the buyback and bond. You can imagine buying back and bonding a token that is not even much. Initially, we wanted to have just 1 million token in total, but we had to consider other factors, because it's going to be almost impossible for anyone to own more than 1,000 token if we decided to have 1 million token in total. So yes, we decided for the staking, we have 3% APY for 1 month. So for those staking their token, they will get just 3% of the token. And this is to ensure we are able to sustain this for as long as possible. And we're sure as well that this is probably going to we're probably going to have to stop the staking at some point, because it is going to be impossible to sustain those numbers. So we're definitely going to stop this at some point. I'll probably reduce it to the minimal. So for those that would be staking the tokens for 3 months, they would have 10% of the original staking, and for those staking for 6 months, they get 25%. And on top of this, I think it is also important to mention that regardless of you staking your tokens or holding your token, as long as you're holding your token or you're staking your token, you still get be part of those that are sharing the revenue generated from the services that will provide. So for instance, you're staking your token for 6 months and you're getting 25% of of your staking. You will still be part of those that would benefit from the revenue generated. And to ensure transparency from our part, we decided to have we're going to have a wallet address that is going to be made public, and everyone could see and monitor each transactions from that particular wallet, because that's exactly where the 30% is going to go into. And the contract is going to be created in such a way that it's automatically distributes to all holders at the end of the month. And also we will have a buyback and bond, which is the 5% for buyback and bond, and we would have another 5% for the liquidity. So this is being meticulously thought about, and we decided to have it this way to ensure that we can encourage a lot more people to hold your token, a lot more people to stake their token. So yes, as we get more people to stake the token, just like I rightly mentioned, it's going to be almost impossible to sustain this. So at some point um, we would have to stop the staking program, or probably just limit it to the minimal, to ensure that people still stake tokens, but of course they still get profits, or they still get they're still part of the generated profit shared amongst holders. So this is what the staking platform is about. Thank you.
With the scaling back of staking, personally, I don't think staking should be something that's offered long term, unless it's something that's paired directly to a revenue source that's growing in volume. So if it's anything token related, yeah, it should be shorter term, because then you're putting stress on the token potentially as it's being paid out, and yeah, you're just not going to be able to have the scalability that you can overall, I think, if that's the case. So definitely not a bad idea to kind of scale it out as you guys grow, or work in additional utilities. I know other projects have brought it in for kind of like a short term or a filler utility as they focus on development elsewhere. So yeah, no, I appreciate that answer, Jamie. Makes sense in terms of that. Now, I did want to get into a little bit more on the NFT side of things, because you guys do have a little bit of information on the website there. Just walk, you touched on the chains available for the contract creation. How many chains are people available to mint or create NFTs on? Is it just going to be Ethereum because that's the primary market, or is it going to be, are you guys going to do Matic and Sol, which are, also have a fairly decent share if you're talking about gaming and or certain sectors within crypto? So wanted to get your take on that.
Yeah, we will definitely be touching on not just one chain. Obviously, we would be doing more than just one, but for now, it is important to mention that it's just limited to Ethereum for now. So and sorry, BNB of obviously. So for us, it is important that we are able to gradually grow. There's going to be a lot of updates. There's going to be a lot of progress from our part, and to ensure that the NFTs individuals would be able to mint their token. Initially, we were working on our marketplace as well, NFT marketplace, but that is probably going to come much later, and that is when we're going to take our time to put in a lot of work on the NFTs, because we understand how important it is, and how people can really generate revenue from this. And we mentioned from the very start that we're most particular about ensuring revenue generated for our holders. As much as we want to grow the project, it is important that we treat this project like it is important that we treat the project like a business, So individuals would be making profit, not just having to invest and hoping that someone else invest on the investment for them to be able to make profit. So it is important that we are able to generate profit and revenue from all of the services. So for our NFT, it's for now it is just limited. But of course, um, we're going to be having our on other chains. We're going to definitely be on other chains as well, and this is going to ensure us to be able to get more people, get more eyes on us, and of course, make more profit as well, generate more revenues.
I like that. And sorry, I think there's a little bit of delay from when you're kind of finishing to when it's cutting off on Telegram. So I apologize. I'm a little slow coming off the mic. Now, like, what's now you talked about like it has to be to a point where revenue is somewhat sustainable and it doesn't become a point where other people having to invest for other for people to be able to get their money out. So like the revenue generation, like how are you guys going to get like how does it work from and I don't expect you guys to have a full maybe breakdown, but forecasting revenue is kind of what I wanted to get in at. Like if you guys have 100 users use your utility, what does the revenue look like? If you scale it to 1,000, what's the incremental growth on that? Like that's kind of where I wanted to go. I don't really know how to word the question, so I apologize in advance, but I was really hoping you could kind of break it down, like what the incremental growth looks like on the revenue or on the revenue side as you add in more users. So as you go from 100 users to 1,000 users, what does that do for the ecosystem in terms of revenue funds available, which is obviously, as you touched on, like 30% goes back to the holders. So that's what I wanted to figure out a little bit more.
Okay, so, based right, I personally didn't put down figures, but just a rough estimate. I think, instance, if we have about 100 users, and they have to create smart contracts, and I think it's to be about, for instance, we're able to generate about $100,000. Um,
I heard generate and then you kind of cut out. So if you could just go back through.
okay, sorry about that. So, just like I rightly mentioned, the revenue generation is just to ensure holders are holding and making profit. So, for us, we want to, for instance, if individuals are able to generate, if we're able to generate for about $500,000 at the end of the month, um, 30% goes back to the holders. So if we have about 1,000 older, I think what is quite important is how much you're holding. So for instance, somebody's holding about 20% of whatever they're holding, whatever, I'm not sure how to do the maths, but of course, if somebody's holding a big bag, obviously that person gets um, more allocated revenue generated to the person. So this is how it's going to be distributed to all holders, which is determined by the holding. So individuals that want more generated revenue, that want to participate and be part of our revenue generated would have to hold more tokens. So this is no limited to probably only the top holders. So individuals down to whatever you're holding, regardless of what you're holding, there is going to be a breakdown and a um, proper distribution according to what you're holding. So that's, I'm not sure how best to explain, but this helps individuals to understand that yes, if you're holding a big bag, there is going to be according to what you're holding is exactly what you're going to be getting in terms of the revenue generated, and 30% is going to be shared amongst the holders. So this is going to be imputed in this is going to be coded into the contract for the distribution, right? So and also like I rightly mentioned, a lot of people that are probably putting their money in staking, they would still be able to participate in the revenue generation distribution. So they also get their own portion of the generated revenue. So this basically helps to encourage a lot of more people to own their token. So basically, while we're creating the project is to ensure that people are able to own their token and allow us grow, allow us continue to develop and add value to the token, add value to TRT. So for us, the distribution is going to be done not manually. So it's going to be done with the use of a smart contract, and it's going to be coded into the smart contract to ensure that each distribution will be done at the end of every month. So the plan is to ensure that this is done at the end of every month. So at the end of the month, people just get to see how much is being generated, and we also would make the contract the contract address public so everyone could monitor, and I think that brings about transparency from our part. And the other 5% goes back to liquidity, like I mentioned, and 5% also goes back to buyback and bonds. So we do this buyback and bonds at the end of every month. I think this brings about some kind of excitement and connects the team with the community. So there's always this kind of excitement knowing that at the end of the month, your token is definitely going to add more value, and of course you're still going to be making a good passive income. So this is probably my at the very start it probably might not be so much, considering the fact that probably a limited numbers of people, probably 1,000 people, investors. I think it probably might not be so much, but as we continue to get more popularity and of course get more massive adoption, I think it's going to be a lot easier for us to generate say 1 million, $10 million at the end of the month from just the services that we will be providing, because obviously we want to provide a lot of services and we want to generate a lot of revenue for holders, because this is exactly how we will be able to get there. So, for instance, individuals get to see the prospect, then they get to receive their first payment from us at the end of the month when all the attachments are live. I think it's going to encourage a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to be like, yes, I think I want to invest here. And I think I like the idea, because this could be a retirement plan for individuals that would rather want to just okay, I want to dump my money there, and I'm hoping that in the next 6 months this is what I want to generate. So your token, you increase your token in value, and of course you still get paid for not selling out your token. So this is just a win-win situation, and it enables individuals to hold long term. So this is exactly what it's going to look like. Of course, the numbers are going to speak for itself. At some point, we will definitely have more numbers, and with more numbers, you can tell it's going to generate more revenues and a lot more wins for everyone. So this is just exactly how it works. And unfortunately, I'm not able to back up with some numbers. Unfortunately, my
You guys
bad.
looked
But
at have you guys looked at or done any like cost analysis on what like each user would generate? Like what's your fees look like on some of the utilities? Because obviously that's easy to kind of just do some basic math. Like if you guys are charging like $50 per contract creation, if you have 100 users, well that's like basic math, like $5,000 you're generating there. But then if you scale it to 1,000 and you're charging $50, well, like, that's you're 100x in your money, right? So you guys are able to really, or 10xing your funds, right, to like 50,000. So why did I say 100x? My brain's not working great right now. But yeah, so like on that side of things, that's what I was curious about. Do you have ba- basic breakdowns or costs on what it's going to look like per user? And then obviously, you could just do the calculations out from there. That's kind of what I was trying to figure out.
so, for instance, just like I mentioned, for instance, we charge $35 for smart contract creation on the BNB chain. And for the cost, I think when we do the math, it's about generating about $20. And for 100 users, for instance, it's about $2,000, right? So this is exactly how it works. And for probably um, considering the fact that we could generate more and we distribute amongst 100 users, for instance. And this is going to be dependent on how much you're holding. So for those holding more bags would probably get more tokens, sorry, more passive income distributed to their wallet, and they can decide to do whatever with it. So I think this is the closest I can get to that. But of course, I'm sure because myself, I'm basically not the person in charge, so I just probably I didn't do the maths. That's the truth. I didn't do the maths. So, but of course, this is more like a breakdown, and this is where it probably would deliver in terms of the returns on investment, and of course generated or passive income, whatever we call it. I think it's a lot easier to do the maths on a ratio on the scale of 100, right? So yeah, so I think that's it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I try and always keep it in easy, clean numbers when I'm doing any examples or hypotheticals. So, yeah, definitely not wrong there. Now, there was one question I wanted to get into here. I'm gonna have to probably jump out in the next 5 or 10 as I have to hit the road unexpectedly for some personal stuff, but let me see. We're Random Ape had a good question about your adaptive storage system that you guys are looking to introduce. So he was just looking if you could, Jamie, break down a little bit more on what exactly the adaptive storage system is and where it will be hosted, the type of bandwidth that it's going to be bringing to the table for you guys to help growing your user base.
Okay, so I'm going to allow. I think ETH Dragon is here, so I think it's not gonna be fair to have all the talks. So let me allow him. Hey, Dragon.
Hello, Maurice. Please, can you rephrase the statement, please?
Hey, what's going on, Dragon? Yeah, no, so I was just hoping yeah, Random Ape. Okay. What exactly is your adaptive storage system? Was hoping you could elaborate a little bit more on what it's comprised of, where it's going to be hosted, the type of bandwidth it will have, to determine its scalability. So that was a question from Kill Switch Engage.
Sincerely speaking, I really don't know what. That's why you say, can you rephrase the statement, please? Can you make it a little bit? Can you explain it a little bit to me?
No, personally,
I
like
don't.
I'm assuming the adaptive storage system is something that you guys alluded to within the white paper. I could try and see if I can pull it. I have the white paper up, but I'd have to find the specific reference. I don't know if Lad, if you could maybe ask RO if he could just specify where exactly he pulled it from. Yeah, I know it's in the white paper. The specific quote is the AI storage system. It's employing a public ledger for macro codes uh, and processing throughput and storage management. I'm assuming this is talking with one of the utilities you guys are building out. Our adaptive storage system uniquely addresses this issue, catering to various machine types from powerful service clusters to commodity desktop PCs. This innovation paves the ways for more efficient data handling. So yeah, I'm assuming that's something that you guys are building out with regards to your AI powered
Alright.
blockchain.
Yeah, the other picture is like these are actually the services where we store also data input for not just only the wallet you're building, but also on-chain data input because you're trying to build something very, very unique. And it's a crazy amount of features which you're building. And we need all this available data to train physically, to train our models to be able to predict and analyze trends on our own blockchain. So we're using the AWS cloud server as one of the storage ways to store data and we're using the Docker from the AWS cloud server. precisely, I can't say the bandwidth because there are many amounts. I can't say the bandwidth precisely, but definitely I'm going to use the best cloud server for storage to train models and to prepare our models for advanced tasks under a blockchain and also for a wallet. Because the wallet features, to be honest, I haven't seen such features which we are planning on to release the general project. So the service system is going to be using going to be on the AWS cloud server. So far, I have your question.
No, it just the mic was a little bit choppy at different points. I don't know if Jamie, if you're able to hear Dragon a little bit better. I wasn't sure if it was my end or not, so I was just kind of DMing a few. I think my coordinator Vlad had the same issue, so um, I don't
Okay.
know if you're able to hear it a little better, or if you just maybe want him to DM you the answer. But
Probably, probably I should just go ahead and answer because obviously, uh, I I don't think I was even struggling to hear him as well. So probably I should just go ahead. So the question was about the storage, right? I think that's I think that was what the question is about. I'm not sure about that.
the storage system that you guys have planning to use when you're building up your blockchain, just when it comes to data storage.
I think ETH Dragon is the best person to talk about it because it works closely with the developers. Unfortunately, I'm not a dev, and there's a limitations to how much information I could give. But of course, you could join us on the on the channel, the Telegram channel, and I will definitely write to him ASAP. I'm not sure the name. Can you just send the name to me in DM, and then I probably would send them the answer to his question. I think that helps.
I don't want to. I mean, we've kind of already lost 10 minutes of time on this one topic, and I do have to wrap the call up so I can hit the road soon here. Some things have come up, and I have to head home just to be with family. So I gotta head out of here shortly, and I don't want to spend too much time. So
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
yeah, I don't want to spend any more time on that because I would like to get to some other topics that are maybe a little bit easier to get through and understand. So timing wise, you guys have the swap. Is it something that you guys built out yourself, or did you guys like white label the solution from another project and just integrate it into the website? Again, I only asked that because you mentioned that you guys aren't like devs or anything like that. So I know projects do sometimes to go to the route of partnerships or integrations. So just trying to see the back end.
We personally am not a dev, but of course, we have a dev team. We have a dev team that works closely with us. ETH Dragon is a machine learning guy, and he works with them as well. And that was why I mentioned I was probably the best person to answer the question. But of course, we have a dev team. They're team of about six developers, and that works behind the scene. Obviously, this is probably one of the days we probably would we're supposed to have them air with us, but we built the everything that was built by the dev team. Nothing was integrated other than the fact that we weren't at our staking integration with Chainlink. That was the partnership we spoke about. Unfortunately, I don't think I was supposed to talk about that here right now, but of course, that's it. And the announcement is going to be made official probably in the next few weeks because that was done, um, I think about that was done last month, or I think about December thereabout. So the announcement is yet to be made public, but of course this is one of the things that I guess that's the only thing we actually had any integration. Every other thing was built by our dev teams, and for the swap, it was originally built by our team as well. And the swap is 100% decentralized. That was built on the Trust AI ecosystem, offering users seamless and secure trading experience. So it's basically similar to that of the pancake swap, obviously, but this is more user friendly and helps to its user-friendly interface and a wide range for of future for decentralized trading. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's basically that for our swap, our Trust AI swap. And also it supports not just the BNB chain tokens. We are hoping to also integrate other blockchains, more like a cross chain. I think that's the right word to use. A cross chain swap, just to ensure we are able to get more people, because a lot of people probably would want to buy the Trust AI token, and probably they do not have a BNB, and probably they do have Ethereum. So this is one of the things we've considered, and we're working on that currently. Thank you. Excuse me.
So no, I appreciate that, Jamie. Now again, typically I do run these a little bit longer, so I apologize. I have to cut it short. I did just DM you, kind of why I have to go. Uh, it was kind of a busy time for my family, so yeah, no, I just have to take off. So if you want to check that out, again, I really do apologize. It's a little bit last minute. But yeah, I'm supposed to go up and meet my family to to do something. So I've been kind of on call all day, and I just got the notification. So yeah, really appreciate you coming by. Again, I know we're gonna have the chance to kind of jump into it a little bit more. If you guys wanted to come onto that space next week, that works for me. You can kind of introduce the concept to a larger audience. But yeah, I would say for everybody, just because we didn't get as much time to do the community questions as we normally do, just make sure you jump into their Telegram. As Jamie alluded to, the TG in the community is really active, and you can get a lot of information just from people in there. So it's a good place to start if you haven't yet. Just go through that, do your research. If you have any questions, just you could tag the team, I'm sure, in their community, and they'll be able to answer some questions for you guys, or their mod or admin team over there. So, anything more technical, I would say, yeah, you could maybe tag some of the developers if you're looking for any of the back end stuff that we went into. But just again, appreciate it, man. We'll be in touch in DMs, and we'll try and figure out the timing for next week too.
All right. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you having myself and the team. I think.
Yeah, but I was gonna say I'll give you a couple minutes if you just want to summarize a little bit more on Trust AI, kind of what you guys are building, and then give a final call to action. You can have a couple minutes to close out. Not super rush. As long as I'm out of here in like 5:10, I'm good.
All right. Thank you. So thank you once again, Caesar. I think probably my first time on the space with you, so I feel very honored for sure. Thank you so much. And yes, Trust AI, just like we rightly mentioned, Trust AI is not just about smart contract creation. This is about integration of artificial intelligence with blockchain technology, and ensuring that we are able to build some use cases to generate a lot of revenues for our users. So this is about revenue generations, and with the use of artificial intelligence, this helps to smoothen every single process you can think about. And with the use of AI, I think it makes it a lot easier and quite interesting. So for us, it's more than just about smart contract creation, but of course, being able to touch on every single sectors, and encourage a lot more audience to adopting or participating in the crypto space, and potentially benefiting from the blockchain technology. So for us, this smart Trust AI is more than just smart contract creation with the use of artificial intelligence. But of course, we also have other other use cases that we can touch on. I would truly appreciate if we get more members of the community to come on our Telegram, ask questions, go through the white paper. I think that's quite very important. Go through the white paper. Unfortunately, I wasn't supposed to be the person to be here today, but of course, because the person was not available, so I had to just jump on. So I apologize for not being able to attend to all questions, but of course, you can always tag me and tag any of the admins. We're always present in the Telegram, and we're always active to attend to all questions. And just a brief one on marketing. So because we all understand how important marketing is in the crypto space, so there's a lot of marketing that has been done recently, and we are literally saying to all investors right now that we're going to be pushing very hard on marketing. There's a lot of partnerships that I've been pushing on. There's a lot of meetings and all of that just to ensure that we get Trust AI to where we want it to be. So we're giving a promise to the people, and I'm saying this right here and right now that we're hoping to build a floor over about $3 for one TRT. So that's going to be about 6 million market, 60 million market cap. If I'm not mistaken, that's going to be about 60 million market cap. And that's exactly where we want to build our floor. So unfortunately, we're not there yet. And I think that's about 1,000x from where we are right now. I'm sure that is not going to happen in a week or two. But of course, that is where we want to be. And we'll continue to push, and we will continue to push until we get to where we want to be. So we'll encourage a lot of you. Don't forget to join our Telegram, ask questions, go through the white paper, tag any of the admins. The modes are always active. The admins are always active. And remember, you can ask your questions, and we will be happy to attend. Some of the dev team, they would also be active on the chat. Sometimes we get a few of them come on the chat just to also participate. So sometimes also when I go for meetings with some top holders, we do have meetings with them, and usually we go with the developers so they can help expatiate on some of the back end technology. So unfortunately, I'm not a tech person. I'm not a dev. So probably that's why we have some limitations from my view, from our perspective. But of course, you can always ask your questions. We will try to answer as much as we can and as detailed and informative as we can. So thank you once again. I truly appreciate you for all of y'all being here, for taking out time from your very busy schedule to be part of this VC. I'm sure we're definitely going to be having more VCs, and we're definitely going to be communicating a lot more with this particular channel. Thank you so much once again. Truly appreciate.
Yeah, thanks so much, Jamie. And again, I didn't know your main speaker couldn't be here today, so I do definitely appreciate you stepping in. If it was an issue, or if you guys you could always let me know. I know we had it kind of scheduled, but yeah, I would have been happy to push back if you guys would have felt more comfortable getting a different speaker in here. But just for future notice, I'm not like a lot of the call channels or influencers out here. I'd rather like delay something to do it right, make sure everything's set up properly than you know I get it. People don't want to delay because sometimes you worry about the FUD and stuff, but I'd rather do it right than rush. So for spaces or future AMAs or VCs, hopefully your main speaker can get on stage. And if you guys ever did need future delays, just let us know. I mean, I'm traditional in that sense. Good things take time, and I'm happy to delay things if it makes sense or it's going to be beneficial. So yeah, apologies, I didn't know that, man, but you did a great job representing. So I'm sure the community really appreciates you stepping up on their behalf to come here and let everybody know about TRT and what you're building at Trust AI.
Yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciate.
Oh, again, have yourself a great rest of the day. Again, I do hate to do this, but I have to hit the road. You know, big day for the for us here. So I just got to get going, and I'll drop you the recording before I do, just so that way you can at least get it pinned up for your community for anyone who missed it. But really appreciate it, Jamie. Do pass my best along to the team. And yeah, for the next ones, you know, if it's not maybe yourself on stage, you know, definitely tune in and, you know, stay up to date. But I appreciate you coming by, and yeah, I'm sure the community really appreciates you jumping on stage as well for them. You know, it doesn't go unnoticed.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome.